without worrying about authorities or guns, even though we were ruled by a foreign power, which was Portuguese then. But Portuguese very much left people alone in traditional lives. They didn't do what Indonesia have done in the last 18 years.
Not once, ever, in all my adult life, I witnessed a racial incident. So East Timor was, in fact, under the Portuguese, was a relatively happy country. The Portuguese also had a benign attitude towards the East Timorese. You might describe it benign neglect. I would say they treated the people reasonably. They never interfere with the people in the mountains, not so much maybe out of his intellectual, anthropological understanding of native culture, but largely because of the Portuguese very Mediterranean laziness, neglect, laissez-faire. So the people were quite happy in the mountains.
Here lies the ruins of the Portuguese Empire in Timor. The Indonesian regime has sought to justify its occupation of this country on grounds of what it calls common brotherhood. In fact, the East Timorese have virtually nothing in common with Indonesia. They have a different language and culture, and whereas Indonesia is the largest Muslim country in the world, the East Timorese are Catholic and animist. Even their colonial experience was different, with the Portuguese Latinizing East Timor and setting it distinctly apart from the experiences of the Dutch colonies that became Indonesia. Of course, some things never change, like the propaganda of naked aggression. When the Germans overran and occupied most of Europe, they too used the term common brotherhood. This was Indonesia in the mid-1960s. Books were burned and popular democracy crushed when General Suharto came to power. In the West, Indonesia was seen as an investor's paradise, a huge market, rich in oil and other natural resources. Richard Nixon called Indonesia the greatest prize in Southeast Asia. Suharto and his generals were welcome to the free world. This is Indonesia today. These people are secretly unearthing a mass grave of victims of Suharto's military coup. An estimated 500,000 of his own people were killed, most of them landless peasants accused of being communists. Declassified documents show that the United States actively supported the Indonesian generals. The American ambassador assured them that Washington is sympathetic with and admiring of what the